Hello and welcome to another episode of Erongo Talk, and a special welcome to Paulus over here, who's going to make us some lekker kapana in today's show. So in today's show, as you can tell, I'm Erongo Talk and I'm joining you from the open market in Mundesa, Swakopmund. Today's episode, we will be chatting with Panduleni Haindongo of NaDEET, who is going to tell us a little bit more about their involvement with the youth and their several youth projects. So don't go anywhere, we'll be right back after this. And now it is time for your news, brought today by Ramos Realtors. Due to the ongoing COVID-19 situation, the Erongo Education, Arts and Culture Directorate has opted to shift the date of enrollment for pre-primary as well as grade 1 and 8 candidates from 22 June to August. Grade 1 enrollments will be done at primary schools all over the region on the 10th of August 2021, after which the grade 8 enrollment process will be done on the 11th of August. Pre-primary enrollment will take place on the 12th of August. The Directorate has stipulated that schools will only hand out applications in accordance with available space, that enrollment should take place at the respective schools. No record lists will be kept for pre-primary level, but all grade 1 learners who could not be enrolled must be recorded on a record-keeping list. The Directorate wants the enrollment period to be concluded by the 30th of September, and parents will be informed in writing. The Walvis Bay Circuit has indicated that they have 375 available spaces at pre-primary level among 8 primary schools, and the Swakopmund Circuit has indicated 575 available spaces in 9 primary schools. And now on to your second story for today. After Walvis Bay Municipal Councillors previously disagreed on the selling price of the land to Prosperity School Properties, a recommendation was made to sell the land by private transaction. The latest council agenda shows that it was recommended that 10 hectares of portion 216 Walvis Bay Town and Townlands be sold by private transaction to Prosperity School Properties. This land was already reserved in 2019 to Windhoek Gymnasium, which has since registered a company, Prosperity School Properties. According to Leroy Victor, chairperson of the management committee, the applicant indicated during an informal discussion and in writing that it is crucial that council confirms the purchase price, as this is needed for their financial planning and to move forward with the project. Victor said that the applicant offered a purchase price of $5 per square meter. 2 independent valuators were appointed to determine a rate, and they concluded that the land is worth between $15 and $30 per square meter. It was then concluded that the sale be done at a rate of $30 per square meter. However, some previous conditions as well as new ones need to be confirmed. The total amount will be approximately $3 million. Other conditions include that the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development be consulted on the proposed sale, and that the applicant, at its own cost, advertises the sale by private transaction for objections. And in our final story for today, the Mandela Washington Fellowship for Young African Leaders is looking for readers to comb through the masses of applications it is expecting for their 2022 fellowship. In the past 7 years, the fellowship has received 300,000 applicants from 49 sub-Saharan nations, while only being able to accommodate 5,100 applicants. Readers are therefore needed to read through and score applications. These individuals will be responsible for evaluating the applications received based on set guidelines and may receive a one-time honorarium payment of $100. However, this will only be available to persons who have a valid United States bank account. The reading period is slated to be on 16 September and is made up of 3 reading phases of roughly 2 weeks each. Readers will be assigned to a reading phase and will be given roughly 40 applicants to read through. The hosting institution estimates that the time commitment will be roughly 10 hours in total. Ideally, readers should have experience in one or more of the themes of the fellowship, namely business, civic engagement or public management, as well as experience working with sub-Saharan African issues. So, hierdie vetkoekie, Victoria's vetkoekie, has been getting cold for way too long. So I am going to enjoy my vetkoekie while you enjoy this next segment. Joining us today is Panduleni Haindongo of NaDEET. Hi Pandu, how are you?
Great, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. So Pandu, could you tell us a little bit about NaDEET and where it comes from and why it was started?
Okay, NaDEET is basically an organization, a non-profit organization that was founded in 2003 with the mission of educating Namibians on how to live sustainable lifestyles to basically conserve the natural resources of the country.
Mm-hmm. So Pandu, could you tell us a little bit? NaDEET is very involved with the youth. Could you tell us a little bit about the youth projects that you guys run?
Okay. Through our center on the Namib Nature Reserve, we've had a couple of projects and also through outreach where we've engaged the youth on various aspects, general sustainability. Sometimes we focus on renewable energy, for example. And these workshops are just to enlighten the youth on what is happening and how they can participate and also access different opportunities that are within this sector.
Mm-hmm. And Pandu, why do you think it's important to teach the youth about conservation and sustainability while they're still young?
One mainly is to further the mission, which is basically to teach them how to be sustainable and conserve the resources that they have. And two, I think also to give them an opportunity to realize that they can build careers within this field, especially with renewable energy as a booming industry. And also if you look at sustainability, because we're talking about sustainable development and the sustainable development goals.
Mm-hmm. And how would you say the youth's interest in sustainability and sustainable living has been of recent?
I would say they are very much interested and responsive when it comes to the SDGs, especially when you look at the SDGs that involve activism. So the youth has been very active about that. We've had also work with various organizations, for example, the Namibian Youth Coalition on Climate Change, which is basically a youth-led movement that deals with different issues when it comes to climate change. So I'm sure that they're making the voice of the youth heard when it comes to various issues.
Mm-hmm. So Pandu, for those of us who don't know, could you give us some quick pointers for that teenager living with their parents who wants to change their household to be just that little bit more sustainable? What can they do?
Day-to-day practices, we offer a manual and we also give through our program different tips on what people can do. So this is just how do you take your shower, for example. Can you take a 5-minute shower or a 3-minute shower? One of the practical ways we do this is teaching people how to use a bucket shower, for example. So it teaches you how much water you use and also trains you on how to conserve water. When it comes to electricity use, we have what we call vampire appliances. So what do you do when you're done charging your phone? Where do you leave your charger? Do you leave your devices on standby or do you unplug them? So it's bits and pieces that the youth and everyone can do to conserve.
So Pandu, I'm a little bit uneducated in the term vampire appliances. What does that mean?
It means the appliance seems to be off, basically, but it continues using electricity. So a prime example is your decoder, your TV decoder. When you put it on standby mode, you would assume that it's not using electricity. But as soon as the moment the light is on, it means it's still taking up electricity. So it's a vampire appliance that it seems to be off, but it's still draining or it's still taking up your electricity.
So Pandu, what do you think is the biggest difference that we as humans and especially the youth can make in their households to live more sustainably?
In the context of, I would like to say, in the context of Namibia, I think is to look at our problems and look at our biggest challenges. So we have an energy problem and we also have a water shortage. So the biggest thing we can do is to access local resources and use them sparingly. Learn how to use energy and water sparingly because those are the things that we have in shortage. And then the other thing is also to see how we impact the environment around us. when it comes to waste, basically green spaces. Do we plant trees? How does our living space look like? So I think that is the biggest impact we can have.
And Pandu, there's this general belief that sustainability and sustainable living is uncomfortable. It is a half-measured way of living. Do you think that you could still live a full life and enjoy the finer things in life, but live sustainably?
You can definitely do that, because if you look at one of the things that is happening in the world, for example, right now is ecotourism. So it's just doing tourism in a sustainable way. So we could also enjoy the things that we do, but we do them sustainably. So one of the things that, for example, a learner could do, or like a youth could do, is just look at how they carry out a certain activity and how it has an impact on the environment. So if you are, for example, going to have a party on the beach, just leave it as you found it. Clean up all the waste that you brought along with. It's as simple as that. It's not less comfortable.
So, Pandu, for that teenager who might be almost leaving school and starting their own life separate from their parents and the safety they've always known, who might want to start living sustainably, what are the first steps to setting up a sustainable life?
I think the first steps is to get educated and become aware of your personal lifestyle, and also build preferences, because as you transition from being from a different household into an independent household, you develop your now true habits and true preferences towards life. And once you know those, then you can see, okay, fine, this is what I shop from, this is what I purchase, and how can I change my patterns to make them more sustainable. So, yeah.
Okay. And then, Pandu, lastly, do you have a message to the Namibian youth?
Yes. I would say my message to the Namibian youth is just that the time to act has never been much more ripe than now. So we have an opportunity to engage ourselves, to make our voices heard towards the different issues that are affecting the environment. And we are seeing a large number of platforms that are coming up, so we should take action.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Pandu.
All right.
Hallo almal, ja, so ek Sander, ek is gevra om vir julle 'n studiewenk te gee vir eksamens en goeters. Soos julle kan sien, lyk ek baie bland. Ek glo as mens moet swat en studeer, dan moet mens altyd 'n lekker veilige omgewing hê. Jy moet net jouself wees. Daar moet niks tussen jou en jou leerwerk wees nie. Ek hou daarvan om gemaklik aan te trek. Gewoonlik is ek in my pyjamas. En dan ook lekker koppie koffie vir die motivering. En ja, so as ek swat gewoonlik het ek groot prente geteken, ek's maar prentjie mens, en dan vat ek 'n hele siklus en sit dit in een ding. So ek het gewoonlik my hoofstuk op 'n A3 opgesom in 'n prentformaat, maar dan kan ek al die komponente bymekaar sit en bymekaar kry en tel. En dan weet ek ook van punt A tot punt Z, hoe volg alles in mekaar, hoe loop alles, wat gebeur as een ding uitgesluit word, wat gebeur as een ding ingesit word. Ja, so. En dan ook, mens moenie net ure en ure swat nie. Jy moet jou brein ook bietjie 'n kans gee om te rus en dan hersiening te doen weer. Want hoe meer hersiening jy doen, hoe meer onthou jy en recall jy alles wat jy geleer het. Ja, So in kort is dit maar hoe ek altyd geswat het.
And now it is time for your weather and tides for Swakopmund and all the other major towns in the Erongo region. So that unfortunately brings us to the end of another episode of Erongo Talk. It was lovely having you in our company here at the Swakopmund Open Market in Mundesa. And this, by the way, if you were wondering, this isn't Datish, it's just a friend we made during today's episode. So until tomorrow, remember that you can check out our website. That's www.erongo.com.na. It's www.erongo.com.na for all the latest news in the Erongo region. And then if you want to get in touch with us to let us know what's happening in your town and in your community, you can get in touch with us at 0811 7040. That's 0811 7040. So until tomorrow, Ndatu, they have to stay safe. What do we have to do to stay safe against COVID-19?